Hey guys, I just wanted to do another video about another technique. This one I call the tank and spank technique. This kind of goes back to my deck building video where I said I like to have at least one tanky unit per deck, and this is exactly why. So the very basic high level strategy for this is you drop your tank before you drop your damage dealing units, typically because your damage dealing units are going to be softer and squishier, so they're easier to kill, so you drop the tank to absorb the hits, and everything lives that way. So again, very basic, sounds simple, but I see a lot of people, they'll drop Dark Gob to defend a bowler without dropping the Mega Knights, like in this instance, and the bowler would have just crushed a Dark Gob in one hit and then gone off, and so you have to drop the tank first. Obviously, it's very situational, like for instance right here, I dropped the Skarmy just to tank for the Dark Gob, just so it can absorb the hits. So you can use softer units to absorb hits depending on what's coming at you. If you have a 7 Elixir P.E.K.K.A coming at you, and you have Skarmy and Mini P.E.K.K.A in your deck, then you're going to want to drop the Skarmy first to absorb the hits from the P.E.K.K.A, and then you can drop the Mini P.E.K.K.A to take the hits. So in my deck, the cheapest thing that I can do is RG Bats, which isn't that ideal because it's still 8 Elixir. If you have cheaper units, cheaper tanks like a Knight or a Lumberjack or something like that, it'll probably work even better. But just keep in mind that just because it's a heavy unit doesn't mean it's going to be a tank. Again, right here I use the Goblin Gains to tank for the Inferno Dragon, so it's all depending on what's coming at you. I think the best way to do this is if you have an Ice Golem or an Elixir Golem, something like that, something that ignores units, and you use it to kite to the other lane. I don't have anything in, well, I don't do it in my deck, but I could do it with the RG. And then you place your ranged unit in the middle. So as whatever you're kiting is going across the screen, you have your ranged unit picking off attacks, and then that's pretty much the ideal situation because one, you don't get hit, and two, you pretty much can destroy that unit. Like the 2 towers plus a Dark Gob can take out a P.E.K.K.A, and then an RG can't get hit. Again, that's perfect situation. Usually, obviously, there'll be more support. Sometimes they'll have an E-Wizard with a P.E.K.K.A deck that'll slow down the Royal Giant, and the P.E.K.K.A will be able to get a few hits. But either way, you're talking 9 versus 7, or actually, no, 9 versus 11. So you're still up a little bit. So again, it's just everything's situational, but very basically, you definitely want to have some kind of a heavy unit just to try to incorporate this strategy. So hope that helps.